So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is very important we start because we cannot wait for them forever. Whoever will join will join. And when they come, they will join on the way. They cannot join at the middle, they will join at the end. And since they are not here. So just do a quick recap on the JavaScript. At every point in time that you know that we are dealing with a new technology, just assume that that is the beginning, right? So that you will not mix it with the previous technologies that we've created. For example, like the HTML and the CSS. So this is a different part. And we say that in the web, JavaScript, the function of JavaScript, it is a dynamic effects, depends on functionalities, multiple functionalities, functions upon functions. So in an English sentence, you're going to look at this as a verbs, right? Action words, action, tired of talking, get to work, get it done. So it's all about action. That is what this technology handles. And it is a very fundamental approach to programming, or irrespective of any programming languages that you want to learn or programming language that you want to learn. Is advisable that you start with JavaScript. In that regards, you'll be able to find your path properly. So we say that JavaScript is different from HTML. While the HTML mocked the website up, like structure it, the JavaScript is there to interpret to the browser whatever the HTML that has been written in the HTML, right? So the functionality part is what concerns the JavaScript, and it gives lives to it. We say that it's used for anything from creating pop-up, when the user clicks something, when you fill a form and you submit, you expect to get a feedback, all of those stuff, right? And this clickable thing could be in terms of button, could be in terms of image, or or even animated text. As you are coming, please straightly mute. As you are joining us, just mute directly because the class has started, unlike before that we used to wait for everybody. So we say that JavaScript has a statement, right? And we say that the statement in a JavaScript is simple like that of an English sentence. In there, you're gonna have a noun, you're gonna have an adjective, and you're gonna have a verbs. And I'm not saying that that is the only thing that are contained in the English sentence though. So also here, you're going to have a full stop, right? In English sentence. So you're going to have the name of the object, the actions that you want the object to perform, and whatever statement must end with a semicolon, just like you are saying console.log. So when the browser reads it, it executes following the execution contents from top to bottom. It's line by line, without you knowing, to achieve the goal within a very shortest time, right? So semicolon is just like a full stop, like I told you before. So we also talked about single line and multiple line comments. We said that what comment is all about. Comment is just like a report and a kind of interpretation, a pre or post explanation to what a code do. So if your lines of code, if you want an external person or a third programmer to understand what you've written and submitted, and this is the part that human resource management, this is the part that they understand. I mean, they enjoy most from programmer, not really the project. They want you to keep pace with the recording purpose. In case if anything happen, they'll be able to inject in a new programmer, and that programmer should be able to take over from there. Maybe you are sick, maybe you're on leave, or maybe you are being sacked for so reason, or maybe life and all of that stuff. So I mean death. God forbid though, but that definitely will happen. So you need records. I mean, the company that you're going to be working for or the government, they definitely need something to hold on to when you are gone in good faith or in whichever faith. All right. So we say that these comments has rules like they can be used to explain complex or complicated code. There's no need for very lengthy comment. Please mute as you're coming in. Mute as you're coming in. Don't add more to me. Please, I have a lot of stuff going on here. So, and when you go back and update your code, comments should be also updated. It's just like you outlining the chapters of the book that you're going to be writing, from the table of content, if you are arranging the chronology of your chapter and you at first, you may not have a clear picture of what you're going to be writing. So at first, maybe you just have to give a draft of table of content, and later you just have to update and perfect it. So also here, as your line of codes are changing, you're going to go back to your comment and update your comment in order to match up with whatever codes you've written, right? So over here, there are runtime environments that we value so much, and one is just a dialog box that just pop up when you try to use a very built-in functionality functions like alert. It will just pop up a dialog box, and then from there you can just see the results of the outcome. Another way to view your results is directly on the HTML page. I think that we were not able to do it that day, right? We're not able to do it that day. Writing directly to the HTML document, you use a very method called document.write method, right? And this method, what it does, it handles you writing straightly into the HTML page. And the other one is in the console, right? So using the console.log, what you found, where you find the result is in the terminal, that is in the console. And we try to practicalize it a little bit that day. It seems like I didn't upload these slides, so did not maybe do the exercise, but it's quite a simple one. So if you can just go, let me just take it and then share. Just like that, nothing there. Hold on. We end show and then try to. Oh, maybe I removed it, but that is okay. No big deal. No big deal. Let's move on. The bigger one will come. So we started by a very big topic called in JavaScript called variable, where we say that variable is just like an empty bucket with a value in it. And we say that variable, it could be also a name of person equals to the person's age. And we also say that variable is the same like an empty bucket with a amount of fruits in it. Maybe these fruits could be mixed fruits like oranges, mangoes, banana, apple, pineapple, and all of plums, grapes, all of that could come inside it. In that regards, it becomes a variable. We say that this variable, for you to declare this variable, a keyword called var. You know, the var is taken from variable actually, right? The keyword var must be used to declare a variable and followed by the variable name and followed by the assignment and followed by the value, followed by the full stop to make it a statement. That is var, if I use my annotation, just a moment. So the var keyword, the name of the variable, this is the name of the variable, y, the assignment, the value, right? And the semicolon to make it a full statement. So declaring a variable, you must use the word var, right? It's a keyword that is used to declare a variable. So another way to declare a variable, you can declare a variable without assigning the value in a first statement. You must use a keyword var s, which is the name of the variable, and then you end the statement with a semicolon. And you can go down again and then initialize it. Initialize it meaning like giving a value to it. Initialize it by calling the name of that variable, the assignment, the value. The unfortunate thing now you have a repetition of, because this becomes a statement and now a semicolon. The bad news about this is it will take a lot of space, you know, to take a lot of space. Don't mind my writing. You know, I'm not using the mouse, I'm using the trackpad. So maybe I'm using a mouse, would have been easier and more beautiful in terms of the writing. Unlike this one, right? This take a little space. Do you understand this? Any questions so far? I don't want to rush you. I want you to understand now. How many of us are here? 13. Okay, good. Glory be to God. People should start pronouncing it in the group. Our class is on. Join our class. Join our class. It's interesting. Just make some noise there, and then from there you see. Please question. I need you to ask questions. I need you to ask question, please. While I wait for you, ask question, please. 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes to ask questions. Yes, who is asking question? You see that I'm giving room for questions and you're not asking. Tell us, because this is the very beginning. Ask question now. Okay. Since you're not asking question, let's again say something very important. You know, variable can contain different type of variable type, right? This type of variable, this value is called int, but the full meaning is integer. That is the whole number, right? This one is called int. You're going to see a strings as well, a strings variable, which is what we refer to as text, right? It's going to be a text. And also you're going to see booleans, which is what? True or false. Also, you're going to be seeing a float, another set of variable type, and that is what? Decimal number. Yep, decimal. You're going to see a non-type. Non-type, that is when you declare what we refer to as a null value. It's a non-type, when it's empty, right? You're going to see, as you're going on and on, you're going to see what we call complex number. It's also going to be type of it. But the thing is, you're going to see kind of relationship with this. For example, this int and float, they have relationship because, int and booleans. There's booleans. Yeah. Int and booleans, they are related because the true means 1. Is 1 not a whole number? And the false means 0. 0 is also a whole number. This is a part that I say that you see a relationship between int and booleans. Question, please. Any question? Taking my time to explain it one by one. Okay, quick recap before we move on to another slides. When declaring a variable, you must use the keyword var with a variable name and assignment. That is from here to here now is what we call initialization. That is giving value to it, right? Then you initialize it. This is another pattern, a method that we don't advise, especially beginner, to adopt so much. But in as much as we don't encourage it, it does not mean that it's not a correct approach. It is a correct approach, but as a senior developer, you should be able to be seeing or junior developer giving you this content. This concept should be able to, think of storage, because when you are done writing the program, you want it to be very fast as well. All right. All right. I think that if there is no question, then we can move on. Permission to move on. Can I move on now? Or any question on these slides? So when you understand. Okay.
You can move on, sir.
All right, sir. When you understand these slides, there is a tendency that you understand the other one. That is how it is. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you. So don't forget the var keyword. You can see that we're emphasizing on it very well. Always use the var keyword when declaring a variable for the first time. You must use it. It's a must. If you don't, it will override one another or each other, depending on the multiple of variables that you are creating there, right? By accident. So, and it takes us to another, to a transition in which we write a variable. The fact that you know how to declare a variable doesn't mean that you should declare it anyhow. There is a pattern. There is an ordinances in which we use in declaring it. And what we use, the first ordinances, we consider the naming system, right? The naming system is very key. What you observe so much is the rule of case sensitivity, right? So variables are case sensitive, a high one for that matter. So going by the name conventions, what you will see, you must start either with a small letter, that is the lowercase, a dollar sign or an underscore, right? That is one approach. Another thing, it does not contain special symbols like percentage, which is modulus, a pound sign, orthotophe, whichever name they call it. This thing has about 4 or 5 names, I'm sure, right? And it does not entertain exclamation mark when you are writing or declaring a variable, right? And again, one thing that it does entertain is the camel case principle, right? For the fact that you start with small letter or all lowercase, you can as well miss it with the uppercase at the middle, right? So it does entertain that a lot. These principles are very, very key. You know, there could be a special rules, a special case, but those special cases, they are not special enough to break the rule. When we start doing Python, you understand what rules is all about in a clearer view. Permission to move on? There is no question again. But these are like, we are defining the rule to you now, so they are key. Another thing we emphasized on that day, the reserved words. Same way you have a keyword, you have reserved words. Keyword var, there are reserved words in JavaScript documentation that can never be used for variable names, right? So I've been saying this. These are some of the reserved names. Like one of our student here made mention of inclusivity or inclusiveness. Case is one of the names. Let is another. With is another. Catch, private, in, do, this, for, and is not limited to those names. These are just, forehand examples. There are several thousands of them. There are thousands of them. And it's very, very key to know. All right. Okay, someone said I should throw more light on camel case. Like, for example, oh, sorry. So, for example, when we mean camel case, for example, now you write, just a moment. Okay, just this now. And if you can see this thing, you can start with the variable name like Cecilia, right? Then now you say Cecilia. Yeah, 24, right? Or let's say you can say, instead of Cecilia now, you can say Britain. Underscore 101 equals to hello world. And when we mean camel case, is not at a part of the value, right? And now semicolon. This is the part that we say Camucus. Can you see this T is upper? This ones they are lower. Hello, the person that asked the question is who again? Since it is not limited to these ones, how do we know? You mean the reservoir?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll write a code to pull them for you. Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir, I can see. I can hear you loud and clear. Noted, sir.
And these two questions that you're asking, I'm just answering one now, right? Which is the camel case one. For the reserve words, I'm going to write one code. I will pull all of them for you. All like several of them. Do you understand? So don't worry.
Yes.
Okay, back to the slides. I want us to cover a bit today, so they're not limited to this, never. And then several of them, they are found here as well. They are found on this, I put a link here. Or there is a code to even pull them also. So I'll submit this link to you guys. So this is what we already mentioned, but just to tell you, this is how it looks, variable types that we mentioned earlier. And we made mention of strings. When it is strings, you must use a double quote for the value. When the value is strings, you must even if it is number like 2, and you put this double quote, automatically the int has been converted to strings. So it's not going to behave the arithmetic in case that you be thinking of giving an expression of multiply these 2 in this format to the other 2 in this format. Never. It's never going to happen in the way that you are thinking. What it will do, rather, it will concatenate these 2 to that 2, and it will make it 22. And you're thinking what kind of mathematics is this? But that is going to be the interpretation, right? So that is, this is the strings right here. Nina, see strings. When it is strings, it's double quote. You use double quotes, right? So number with Dexma. Oh, sorry. Number with Dexma. Notation. This one is not flexible. Okay, so number with Dexma, like this one. This is what we refer to as float. And this is what we refer to as a whole number, which is int. You've been seeing a lot of these ones, right? Is there anything to explain here? var keyword, you should be used to it by now. Name of variable should be used to it by now for the declaration. Assignment should be used to it by now. This is the pattern, the ordinances, the convention in which we declare variables with the assignment of value, and which is we call initialization. Any questions so far? Before I start getting very deeper, and then you take me back to this first level. I mean, there is no problem, but don't make it a habit. Question, please. Ask question, or I'll ask you a question. Please, I'll call him and I'll ask you a question if you don't want to ask question. Is it like you people usually don't ask question, or you're saying let's be watching first? Hello, guys. Are you here? Hello?
Yes, we are.
We are here.
Okay. Wow. There are some kids that are here. That's very good. Before you know now, there will be the one to teach you. Yes, my nephew was 8 when I started teaching him how to code. Currently, he's an expert in Python. All right, please always ask questions. And I'm not
Question,
saying,
sir.
yeah, I'm not saying that if
Sir.
there is a question you must ask, but always ask question. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. And like, for example, you say var, my name,
Yes,
Nina,
yes,
2014, var pi, 3.14. So if I say var car, a car now, equals to Lamborghini,
exactly.
is it okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
but the Lamborghini now, since it's in a strings, you have to come with quotes. If you don't
Okay.
use double quote, it will not recognize it as a strings.
Okay, sir.
And you see this 2027, 2014, if I put
Yes, sir.
automatically, that int has been converted to strings. Do you understand?
Okay, sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
for example, now, when you bring arithmetic expression into it, you will never find the results that you're looking for. For the fact that you've
Okay.
converted it to strings, you cannot add text to figure, thinking that it will perform the arithmetic functionalities. This is what I'm saying.
Sir.
Yes, sir. Question, please. We'll start moving forward now. You'll be thinking that you were not taught to